My husband usually is the one that takes care of the chickens during the week, and this is his beautiful tunnel of snow that he gets to walk through on the way to the coop. It's actually a beautiful day right now. I'm hoping the weather starts taking a turn and we can see spring. Because this is getting ridiculous. It's literally a tunnel to get to the chickens. There's my garden. The snow is up to the fence in this corner. Oh, there's deer, you guys. The deer have been in our trees quite a bit this winter. They heard me come out. They've been in our backyard, just relaxing in the trees, eating the trees. There's not much for them to eat in this mess. But I'm going to open up the coop and I'm going to see if they want to come out. Maybe they'll come out and get a little bit of sunshine. I haven't been getting much for eggs because this is insane. Because it's been such a really, really rough year for them. And this is their run normally. And the snow is up to almost the top of this fence. And this is a 5-foot fence, 5.5. Yeah. I hear you, ladies. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh. Ozzy. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, ladies. Can I even get your door open? Oh, my goodness. There. Hi, babies. Ozzy, you're such a big boy. Come on, ladies. Come out and get some treats. Not really treats. It's more of your regular food, but come on out. Come on. Get a little sunshine. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be doing yogurt, homemade yogurt in our Instant Pot. I just started doing this recently and it's been awesome. We can flavor it any way we want. We control the amount of sugar that we put into it. Just totally versatile for so many different things. You can even use it in place of sour cream in some recipes, and it's easy to do. The most time consuming thing about it is just waiting for the milk to heat up, because you want to heat it up, make sure anything nasty in there is killed, and then you let it cool back down, and then you add your starter culture, which is literally just your choice of yogurt. It's just a plain yogurt that you're gonna grab from the store, and then you can continue to use this as kind of like sourdough because it's a ferment, and you just use, your yogurt from your previous batch. I end up saving like about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup from this batch that I'm going to make, and then I'll freeze it to keep it nice, and then when it's time to make more, then I just use it in place of this store-bought yogurt. But I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you everything that we need. Okay, I'm kind of doing this vlog style so I can show you a little bit better. You need a whisk, and then I like to keep mine in a container like this because I don't want to lay it on the counter and risk contaminating the yogurt with anything. The counters are clean, but you just never know. And then you're going to need a thermometer because we're going to be checking the temperature of our milk as we warm it up. Next is Instant Pot, and you really want to have one that has the yogurt button. I bought this specifically for yogurt, but I also love Instant Pots because there's like a million kinds of meals that you can make in these, and they're just super helpful. I have this one and then another one that I had got originally that's kind of an off-brand one, and that was like my step into the world of pressure canning, because I figured if I could run an Instant Pot, I could probably run a pressure canner. So once I got comfortable with running a pressure cooker, then I was a little bit more confident to be able to get a canner. And they're pretty much the same with safety features and the release on here, being able to blow out if there was a malfunction, stuff like that. So we can go through canning another day if that's a video you guys want, is canning basics. Just let me know in the comments. The next thing is just literally 2 ingredients to make this is milk and yogurt. A lot of people will say use whole milk. I'm just using what I have on hand, and it works just as well. 2% is all I've used, and it's been fine. It makes great yogurt. So you want to have a plain yogurt. I can't stress this enough because you don't want to have a flavored one or a sweetened one. It could end up throwing off, making funny flavors, and you can't then flavor it the way you want. Because I can split this batch that I'm about to make into like 3 different flavors. I could do peach, I could do strawberry, I could do vanilla with a little bit of honey. So there's just a lot of ways that we can use it. But you want to make sure that you're doing it with a plain yogurt to start. And then here is the recipe. I will show you this if you want a screenshot, pause, write it down, whatever. This is just a basic, I wrote it down basic for me because I kind of know how to do it. How we're going to do this is put the milk in the Instant Pot, saute it, whisk it until the milk comes to 180. Then we remove the insert and we let it cool until it hits 115 degrees. Then we whisk in our yogurt that we got, and you just throw on your lid of your Instant Pot, you hit your yogurt button, you choose your amount of time that you want. I like to go, you have to go at least 12 hours, but I like to go 14 to 16. The longer that you let it sit in here and ferment and do its thing, kind of the more sour it becomes. It doesn't get gross or anything like that. It just gets more of a Greek yogurt flavor. So now that I've shown you everything that we need, let's get going. Another thing I want to mention again real quick, it was in the directions, but I'm also going to tell you, make sure you take this rubber gasket off of here, because if you had cooked with anything previously, like say a Mexican dish, something with cumin in it, something super flavorful, this can leach into your yogurt, and I really don't think you want like cumin yogurt. That sounds kind of gross, but make sure this is off, and then we'll just use just the lid, no seal. Okay, so we just about hit our 180 here. Actually, I think we did. Yep. So now I'm going to take this out of the Instant Pot, and I'm going to set it off to the side and let it cool down to 115 degrees. Here's a little hack if you want to cool it off faster. I just took this and I set it in a bowl of ice to try and get it to cool a little faster, because we're in a hurry because I got to get out of the house. So I want to cool this down. Cooling down takes a lot longer than it warming up. So we're going to cool it down with some ice, and I will get back to you with the next part. So this thermometer doesn't go as low as my other one, but my other one is in town at our shop right now. This one will do. It's clearly under 120 degrees, which is good. The reason that you want it to be at 115 or less is because you do not want to kill the cultures that are in your yogurt. Anything above 115 will kill the culture. So now we're going to pop this out of here. I'm going to dry off the bottom because I don't want a bunch of water in there. And then I will mix it in and show you what we do from there. we're going to put in roughly 1/4 cup. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be level. This isn't like baking. You just throw it in there. And then we want to whisk it very well and get it all incorporated really nicely. And see, this still left me with probably another 1/4 cup, I would imagine. So I actually am going to scoop this out into a Ziploc bag and freeze it with the date on it and say original culture or something like that, so that I know it's the store-bought one. And then I can use this again for another batch, because what happens over time with this is sometimes if I'm continually like saving back and reserving 1/4 cup from every culture that I do, eventually you get a really weak yogurt and it sometimes will stop setting up. I read a lot of blogs that said that isn't the case, and a lot of people have had success with that, but then I've also read some that have said that they did lose that culture with their yogurt. So I'm just going to keep this because it doesn't hurt to have a little bit extra on hand if I want to do a fresh batch of yogurt with an original culture. And now we're just going to pop the lid on this. No lid, or excuse me, no ring. Gotta remember that. And we'll stick the lid on. So now that I have my lid on, I'm gonna hit yogurt. And you can see last time I chose 14 hours. This time I might do 16. Because it's gonna be a late, well, let's see, it's 2:30 right now. What if I wanted to do this before I go to bed tonight? Is that possible? Maybe. 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30.
2:30 in the morning.
3:30, 4:30.
12 hours.
So if I did 18 hours, would that be when I wake up in the morning then?
No.
Because
6:30 you wake up in the morning?
No.
Okay.
I wake up, well, about 6:45.
6:30 would be 16 hours.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do 16 hours because I'm going to try and let this run overnight. Like I said, you can go up to 24 hours if you want. There it goes. It's starting to do its thing. This controls your temperature for you. Does all of it. You just literally set it and forget it. So now I'm just going to leave this here. And then in the morning when I wake up before I go to work, I will show you what we do with this once it's done and how it looks. Good morning. Happy Monday. So it is 6:48 Monday morning. And my yogurt is done doing its thing, and now we are going to take it out and I'm going to put it in a strainer. I like to make my yogurt kind of more like Greek yogurt, and so you could do this. You could totally omit this step if you want to and just put the yogurt in a container and be done with it. It's good to go as it is. I'm just doing this because this is how we kind of like it, and it strains off some of that whey that you get in regular yogurt to make it thinner. But since we want a little bit thicker, I'm going to put it in the strainer and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so we're going to pop the top and I will show you what this looks like. And here we have our yogurt. And this is what I'm talking about with the whey. Nothing wrong with it. You could mix it in and have perfectly good regular yogurt. But there's a consistency. So now I'm going to take it and put it in this yogurt strainer. I just got this off Amazon. It wasn't super expensive. I think they sell them at Walmart as well. I'm just going to put it in here, and then it'll strain off all the way, and I'll probably leave it by the time I get home from work, and it'll be good to go, and then I'll end up flavoring it, and I'll kind of show you a couple ways that we flavor it as well. So there you can see some of the whey is starting to strain off. And then by the time I get home, this will be good to go. I'm just going to take it, throw the lid on it, and then this is going to go into my fridge for the rest of the day. There's a bunch of whey already. That's awesome. So here's the way that I'm gonna flavor this one. I just grabbed some peaches that I had canned this past October, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of honey in with it. I'm gonna put it in here, whip it up, blend it. You could just take a fork and just mash it too. You don't have to do this. I'm gonna blend it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna get little individual containers and put the fruit on the bottom and then the yogurt on the top. And there you have it. That's how we do yogurt in our house. It's pretty simple. I mean, it takes a while to do, like, just because you're waiting overnight pretty much. But, I mean, you devote 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there to doing it, because I just did this over the course of a couple days, you know, as needed kind of thing. We still had yogurt from before in the fridge that we were eating on, so this wasn't like a huge rush. I just had put the plain yogurt in the fridge, waited until today. Today is Wednesday. It's been a crazy busy week with Dance with Olivia. We had church tonight. It's just been nuts. So tonight I decided to finish up because I wanted to get this video posted this evening, and that's about it. It's just chock full of good probiotics, the good bacteria. We love using this recipe because it's so versatile with being able to change up the flavors and just experiment with it. And you can use it as a substitute for sour cream in a lot of recipes, because the flavor is really similar to sour cream once you strain it and let it, you know, get a little bit thicker. I do want to experiment with making your own sour cream, because it's similar to the same way, but I think you use a different liquid. Is it whipping cream? I can't remember, but I want to do that, and I'll take you guys along with me while I do that. But before I go, I want to show you these seedlings. They're getting huge. So I've got happy broccoli and happy cabbage, and finally we got the onions, and they are shooting up like crazy. So once these get probably about 4 to 5 inches tall, I'm actually going to come in and just trim them, and that's going to encourage root growth to go down instead of putting all of its energy into growing the tops. So we're cooking right along, and there's still mountains of snow outside. I will show you guys our most recent dumping. Maybe I won't get the light to come on here. Yeah. So my sweet father-in-law came and bailed us out, and he blew our driveway out with his tractor, and now we're just praying that was the last snow. But we still have quite a bit of snow, and I still have Christmas decorations up because there's so much snow I can't get to them to get them down. But we have our seedlings started. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I just hit over 100 subscribers, which actually blew me away. So thank you guys. I'm so glad to have you along this ride with us. Just kind of pulling away from the societal norms and getting back to the roots of our grandparents and growing our own food and knowing what's in our food and taking that step every day to just be a little bit more self-sufficient and to put some good fuel into our bodies and have that security for our family. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. We'd love to have you along with this journey. Lots more videos to come. I've been brain dumping and brainstorming ideas for videos. I'm very excited for when spring finally gets here, and I have a ton of videos lined up for that. It's going to have to do with gardening, and it's going to be super cool. I'm really excited because it'll be an experiment, but it will also be I'll save the details for later. But go ahead and subscribe, follow us, and you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.